Good evening. I'm Chris Bury.
And I'm Barbara Pinto. Tonight we take a closer look at same-sex marriage in Illinois.
9 states currently allow same-sex couples to get married, but Illinois is struggling to get a law passed. The measure approved in the Senate but now stalled in the House. Speaker Mike Madigan says the measure is 12 votes short.
There are an estimated 11,000 same-sex couples in Illinois waiting to tie the knot. Some, tired of waiting for politicians in Springfield, get married in other states like New York, where same-sex marriages are now legal. Couples like Marty Gaughan and Drew Dubeck.
I pronounce Marty and Drew officially and legally married.
Marty Gaughan and Drew Dubeck of Chicago have been together as a couple for more than 30 years. Marty is a healthcare executive. Drew works as a consultant. Their decision to get married last year meant a destination wedding to a state where it was legal, New York.
So it was much more of a welcoming kind of environment as opposed to Illinois, which just feels to us like it's sort of a wait and see.
Illinois is one of 12 states that currently allow for civil unions of same-sex couples. 9 states have legalized same-sex marriage. Opponents of the measure currently pending in Springfield argue that civil unions already give gay and lesbian couples all of the same benefits that heterosexual couples enjoy.
Our position is that if this is an issue of rights, same-sex couples have those rights now. Now what they're trying to do is change the definition of the word marriage, which is something we oppose.
The institution of marriage has been changing throughout time, both in the legal terms and in a cultural sense.
The latest polls suggest public support for same-sex marriage is on the rise. A recent Washington Post ABC News survey shows 58% of Americans now believe it should be legal for gay and lesbian couples to marry. 36% disagree. Just a decade ago, only 37% favored same-sex marriage and 55% were opposed. Last year, same-sex marriage proponents got a big boost from the White House.
I think same-sex couples should be able to get married.
Just this week, another endorsement, this time from former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton.
I support marriage for lesbian and gay couples.
But the Catholic Church and other religious organizations remain staunchly opposed and lobbying hard in Springfield.
That, we all have genders, and gender matters in a marriage. So marriage is the union between one man and one woman, but by nature, it's just true by definition.
It's disappointing not to be supported. In fact, that the Catholic Church is actively working against what we know is a civil and a human right.
Proponents of same-sex marriage believe passage of the legislation in Springfield is no longer a question of if, but when. And some point to the economic benefits in our fiscally troubled state.
Republicans in the New York Senate realize financially this is a good thing for the state. This will bring in money to the state.
The Williams Institute estimates there are more than 11,000 same-sex couples in Illinois who would choose to get married once the measure is passed, generating more than $100 million in wedding-related spending. All of those hotel rooms, cakes, caterers, and rentals add up to a potential $8.5 million in state and local tax revenue.
When we first met 30 years ago, the idea that someday we could get married, we would have never believed it.
It was the best experience of my life.
Mine too.